G'day everyone, welcome to another on the Lift Lab podcast. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing a AMA, so it's a Ask Me Anything Q&A today. I've got Daniel with me. He's arrived from Hawaii.
Hey,
thanks for coming on the show in person, Daniel. It's always good having you in the house. And so I've got I think we've got a list of questions from all over the place.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to fire away, and I'm going to answer them as best I can.
what's up, Cal?
Yeah, not much, mate.
I see you wearing a new shirt.
Yeah, we've got this new Pray for These Gains shirt. This is probably I think this is honestly probably definitely my new favourite shirt. Pray for These Gains. It's got a little anime dude down there, Will and Power.
And I got,
red and black.
I got mine.
And the Filthy Pump season.
Filthy Pump. Hey, when is the Filthy Pump season? I heard it's every day.
It's
all year long.
Yeah, it's 365, 24/7, 7 days a week.
Right.
Filthy Pump season. Yep. But we're in season 2, high season. It's hot. We're gonna get lots of Filthy Pumps in.
Yeah.
This summer. So
It's been hot too.
It has, which is kind of nice actually, because when you're trying to, I guess when you sweat at the gym, you feel like you've done a good workout. And if you haven't done a good workout, it's hot and you sweat, you still feel like you did a pretty good workout.
Yeah. So we're naturally just getting sweaty these days, just be the heat. Well, hey,
yeah.
Cal, before we get started, right? I was talking to you a little bit about just seasons is like a good topic, right? But it's been interesting. Like we're in a new season right now. You know,
Yeah,
it seems like. You know, I think a lot of people have a lot of questions, and it's good. Like, I got a bunch with me right now, and I'd love to get into it. But, you know, for the listeners and stuff, like, obviously, we kind of started doing this podcast called Lift Lab, and we just jumped in.
Just having fun with it. Just having a crack.
And it's kind of a new thing. Like, you were off social for
a hot minute.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was like, you know, this time last year, I was very closed off and shut down. Even the year before that, I was very closed off and shut down. So I've been through, I've come a long way in a short time, but it feels like it's been forever, obviously.
Yeah.
But even just even looking back, and even when I just look at my camera roll, I'm looking at what I was like, 12 months ago from here, or 24 months ago, and then my mindset today, it's amazing how remarkable your confidence and your output in life comes from just changing or reframing your mindset and making I think it's just a growth phase. It's an interesting thing. Yeah. We all go through it at some point, but
and I think it's encouraging too, because I noticed I'll go through some of the comments and just to see are people even listening? What are they interested in? One of the biggest comments I just he's back. Yeah. He's back. The gains are back. You know what I mean? So I just think even, knowing you for as long as we've known each other, I mean,
that's honestly the nicest thing to see, because I don't really go through a lot, I don't really spend a lot of time on social media, and I try not to. I try and, just go on when I need to or whatever, or check in, but I don't often go through a lot of the comments and everything, but when I do and I see the feedback on that comment, he's back, it does lift me up. It's nice to see that kind of response, and it does. It kind of puts some wind in my sails, so it's nice.
And that was kind of the reason why we named it even Lift Lab. You say it lifts me up, that whole momentum of just you kind of coming back and encouraging people,
and granted, it's all revolving around, a lot of it does revolve around fitness, of course. That's the skeleton of of the industry that I'm in, and the backbone of where why I'm here today. It all stems from fitness, but like you said, it's not just fitness that we talk about. It's the lifting up of it's the physical resistance. You're pushing back, you're lifting up weights, you're lifting up obstacles, you're lifting up each other. So it's a good name.
Yeah. Well, look, the cool thing is on this episode, we want to get a lot more feedback from some of the listeners. We're actually streaming live too to some of the viewers.
Insta, we on? Oh yeah, true. Mic chest.
Okay, we got an IG mic. We got some more mic. We got some more mics going on.
Instagram.
And we got a squad with us.
Yeah, we've got the team.
We got the team.
Yeah, which is exciting. It's great. You know, that's another thing. It's hard enough on your own with work and business, but when you have a team behind you, and you have the right people in your corner, and especially for me, because there's no way I could, manage all this stuff on my own. So I think we have a mic chest issue.
Yeah.
Is it working?
No, I think we're good. I think we were just trying to figure out how to get the live going. But hey, let's hop into it, man. So, Cal, all right. This was one of the first questions. It was, what was your life like prior to fitness, middle school and high school?
Yeah, that's a great question. So before the gym, I was actually I kind of grew up on like a small little hobby farm, and we had like chickens, ducks, and geese. And I loved animals, loved wildlife, and I was actually really my hobby was like bird keeping. I actually had I built an aviary with my dad. I think I was in year 6 or 7. And I was obsessed with breeding birds. Like I had finches, doves, quail. And it actually started off with, I bought a pair of king quail from a pet store. And I had no idea about bird keeping at all. I just liked these little birds that just ran around the floor and like scurried around and went through the hollows. I was just fascinated by these little birds. And anyway, I had this pair of king quail, and I met this guy down the beach. His name's David Pace, and he was like a teacher at the primary school. He had a son who was actually the same age as Eddie. And he told him, was like, oh yeah, I've got some birds. And he was a aviculturist. So he's someone who, keeps birds as a hobby, almost as a profession. So he kind of came over and he had a look. He's like, Calum, what you got to do is you got to change this enclosure, put some tussock grass in here, put this in here, make sure you give them some of this food, some mealworms, and you should be able to breed them. So I did everything he said. Fair enough, within a few months I had like little chicks. And I was like, wow, I've just bred my first little, quail. I was like 12 years old, obsessed. And then he's like, Calum, if you get a bigger enclosure, like a bigger like bird cage, you could probably put in some zebra finches or some diamond doves. I was like, okay, yeah, righto. So I got this old cabinet, like this big wooden cabinet, bust out the doors, put some wiring across the front, and then put in like little like some brush, some tea tree, some eucalyptus, decked it all out. He goes, yep, you okay? And he's like, you qualified to put in some finches. So I got some zebra finches, put them in there, and within a few months, I had all these little baby finches coming in. And it was beautiful because every morning I'd wake up in a routine. I'd soak all the seed, and then I'd have like I'd use like mealworms. I ended up making getting a box. And I'd put maggots, mealworms, all this sort of stuff. Anyway, the short version is, within a few short years, I had built this huge aviary with my dad, planted it out, had all these bird boxes, something you almost see at the zoo. And I had about maybe 12 or 13 of the Australian native bird finches.
Jeez. And
then I had like neophemas, parrots, Madagascan weavers, marstars, a lot of different birds. Had rosellas, Tapacody pigeons. I really wanted the spinifex. Anyway, a lot of birds.
Jeez.
So I had a lot of time. Obviously, it was just school and birds. That's all I cared about.
Yeah.
And then after the bird keeping, it was, I was playing soccer, football, rugby, and and just like riding my BMX down the parks, jumping in the rivers, going fishing. Did a lot of fishing. Loved fishing. So birds, wildlife, fishing before the gym.
Have you heard that theory about dinosaurs?
I've heard a lot of theories about dinosaurs.
That they've evolved into birds.
You hear about this? I was watching Planet of the Life of something rather on Netflix last night, and honestly, it just amuses me to like when you say, 252 million years ago, this is what happened. I'm like, how do you know?
Right.
Look, say 2,000 years. Like, what do you even know what happened? Why does it be 250? How do you know? Anyway. I love it. Like all the scientists, and they say this is what they have all these little time zones. I'm like, okay.
I like how they're little scientists to you. All those little scientists.
Yeah, they probably don't work out. I don't know, but But no, I've heard different theories. That the evolution, obviously.
Yeah, you've heard of this though. That
Yeah, because it was like fish, amphibians into reptiles, into birds, into.
well, they're
dinosaurs
saying
and-
that
yeah.
how one theory is that the dinosaurs they evolved and they shrunk
Oh.
because it was like more
Was it from the ice age or the meteorites? What
yeah, or
shrunk
something
them?
like
Maybe
they instead of getting bigger because it was something like that, and then they turned into birds, smaller birds.
I
so-
was watching about this like three episodes of this like Planet of Our Life of Our Planet or something rather on Netflix, and it shows like all these dinosaurs and all these like the Listosaurus Rex or whatever it is. And I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know where they make these. Like,
Is that a
they
real
I don't
thing? A
know if they
Listosaurus
make it.
Rex is? Makes lists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, but there's some interesting theories, but they're
Yeah,
all
yeah.
theories. They've got to be. I don't know how much you can.
So,
actually
so
do it.
quick question for a follow up then. Like, so are you like into birds and stuff still?
I
Or?
would love definitely. I mean, if I could, I would have an aviary. I'd have some parrots. But back then it was brilliant because I didn't like all I had to worry about was waking up, taking my birds, and going to school and coming home, working, doing a part-time job and stuff. So bird keeping was easy back then. Now it's like it would be a lot more. It'd be quite difficult to juggle up.
Yeah.
I would love to. I mean, I did have a scarlet macaw for a little while there.
Yeah.
Which I still to this day miss very greatly.
Really?
Yeah, I miss him all the time. I wish I still had him, but it's all right. I had to let him go.
Yeah.
I mean,
But do you know that Mike Tyson's like he was really into birds?
I heard he was. I think
Yeah.
Pigeons or something. Yeah.
Yeah, something like
pigeons,
Wait, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. I love birds. Yeah.
Cool. Okay,
Yeah.
so we got the next question. What's on your headphones at the gym?
Oh, yep. So that's a bit of a mixed bag. Sometimes it can be like synthwave, like retro, old school 80s, 90s. Sometimes a bit of Jap rap. Sometimes a bit of funk. Sometimes a little bit of like UK pop stuff. Sometimes I'll go like Neanderthal, like Viking, war music or something. So it just depends on what mood I'm in, I guess. But yeah, there's a bit of a variety in there. I like YouTube music, to be honest. I don't really use Spotify. I know I'm a bit of a weirdo. Most people use Spotify, but I like YouTube music. Get all these like underground like artists that you haven't even heard of. They'll just come out with some bangers. So yeah, maybe.
How do you find it? Are you
like
just like
I'll just hear like some little company like suggested. It'll create a mixtape for you. So I'll start with one song and then I hit it, and then you can go to like shuffle from the artist or radio. When you hit radio, it comes up with all music genres very similar to that song. So then you had having this list of this genre or theme of music. So I get like a whole list out of that. So whatever, like if it's, I'll pick whatever mood I'm in, and then I'll just go to the song and then hit the radio. So that's just your old school YouTube.
Got you. All right, so we have another question from someone from the Von Moger community.
Okay.
Right? So
From the website.
yeah. Well, I think it's Yashapi asked, "Hey Calum, can I add you as a friend on Pokemon Go?"
Yeah, if you want to add me on Pokemon Go, you can definitely do that. You just got to sign up to my subscription-based website. I've got a little Pokemon Go forum there, but you can also have access to all my workouts too. But I'll leave my trainer code there. So yes.
And so what's on the website? Is it just
Well, at the moment we've been utilising. It's kind of like a community-based website for people with like. It'll have my workouts, my current workouts that I'm doing. So right now I think we're in the filthy pump season. So it's like usually 4 to 6 weeks workout program that I'll be following, or I'll create first, and we'll upload it. The team will upload it, and but the best thing, it's like $2 a month. So you sign up, you have access to these workouts, these daily. You can check in. There's a community. You can message and comment with each other. Talk about your workouts and that sort of stuff. I haven't been super interactive the last few weeks because I've just been going through a bit of a move. So, but I'm looking forward to getting back on the website, checking in, so you can post, progress shots, show us what you've been up to, what shiny Pokemon you've caught, whatever.
Yeah,
all the good stuff.
And Antoine, in the last podcast too, I noticed how he was talking about how important it is to have community and groups.
I think it's brilliant. I think it's great if you have especially when you have a like-minded community or a group, where you're all just trying to like level up, or you have similar interests, or even at the end of, like, fitness brings people together. You can make a lot of friends through your fitness and stuff. So I think it's good having people to help. It can help keep you accountable, or it's even like just something you can just check in on, or you can get feedback from, or you can learn from. But there's somewhere you can be a part of in a group And I think, you know, we're very social beings, humans, and it's good to, you know, stay connected and grow and learn together. Why not?
And Cal, like honestly, like from the fitness, if you would be called a fitness influencer, I know like you have your own vibe.
I'm not an influencer. You are.
Yeah, right. No, but like, you know, I think you have a certain vibe that you carry, and you've always kind of had this like happy-go-lucky, fun vibe about you. You know what I mean? So I thought that was always really cool about watching your community grow. It's like, you know, for the most part, they seem very positive, right? They're not like angry and just like, oh, I want to like kill everybody, or what, you know what I mean?
And especially when you see, like, I mean, like you look at how much the content has evolved and social media's evolved, and I just feel like the world just needs more positivity and just more good stuff, and just like you said, just having fun, having a good time.
And that's what's been cool. So this Ask Me Anything, I did notice that it was like 95% positive comments. You know, you're always gonna get like the trolls that are like gonna try to get attention or whatever, but hey, you know, I think your community has been very supportive to you, and like, you know, I know we've talked about, but I know you were sharing like how grateful you are to that community, and I think we passed like 1,200 or 1,300 members now, or something like
awesome.
that. Yeah. So it's been growing.
Go team.
Yeah, let's go. All right. So Jamie J. Carter asked, you still got Vonzilla hiding somewhere?
Yeah, Vonzilla. He's in in hibernation still at my mate's garage. He's got him being kept safe in my garage, or his garage, back in Australia though. So
not here.
Not here. He's in. I shipped it back over to Australia. But I do have the Stormtrooper, which is in the service shop here, which I'm hoping to dust off very soon and get back out on the street. So it's been almost like over 2 years since I've ridden.
Oh man.
But I'm looking forward. I'm getting a little bit itchy to get on the road again.
Did something happen to it?
No, I just put them in storage. But once actually I got a service report today. It needs a new clutch, it needs new brake fluids, it needs a new rear tire. So I did thrash it. It does need it does need a good service. It's going to cost a bit, but it is what it is. But yeah, it's still good. Just got to give a new battery. It's been in storage for 2 years. All the fluids are drained out. So. Got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eternal Life 91 asks, "Hi Calum, what are some of your favorite video games?"
Oh yeah. Well, at the moment, I just pulled out. I had a PlayStation 4 in storage, and I've been playing Dynasty Warriors 9. Because it's the only game that I could play without the internet connection at the moment. But yeah, Dynasty Warriors 9, I played since I think number 4. So I'm still trying to unlock Lu Bu. He's a hard beast to find. Anyway, Gears of War on Xbox is pretty good. Call of Duty is alright, yeah. What other video games? I used to play with my brother and sister all the time. But honestly, I haven't really ventured into the newer ones. Played a lot of, I played the DS, the Mario's, and I like the Nintendo games too. Pokemon, played all the Pokemon games. I just finished, what was it called? Scarlet?
Yeah.
Scarlet, Eevee, Pikachu.
My kid's all over that.
Yeah, Sword.
He's like, he created his avatar and he tried to make it look like him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's fun, yeah. I try to just play it, honestly, when I'm traveling or if I'm going, I don't play too much like when I've got nothing to do because I feel like I could be eating or resting or something. But yeah, usually it's great when I'm flying back to Australia. It's 15 hours. I can just zonk out on the DS or something. So
yeah.
Oh, actually, Metal Gear Solid. I just finished Metal Gear Solid 2 for they revamped it. Oh, and God of War. That's another good game too. God of War.
Man, how many games you got a video game shop in your house?
Not all. But I'm selective. I'm like, they've got to have good storyline, good action, good gameplay, and cool characters. Good, strong characters.
From Chris Koosh, you ever gonna buy a PS5 rip the new gen consoles?
Yeah, I know. I need to get a PS5. Everyone else has got one but me, I think. So I haven't got a PS5 yet.
Gotcha.
That'll be on the wish list.
Okay, who we got? Sab Shot It.
Who's that? Sab Shot It.
Sab Shot It.
Sab Shot It. Whoever heard that name before?
Are we going to catch Rayquaza this weekend for Pokemon Go?
You better believe it. 12 p.m. Saturday. Well, everyone else, I'm going to be busy working that day, but really I'm going to be catching that Pokemon with Sab. So
there it is.
There it is. 12 o'clock.
All right, here's a good one.
With the cuzzies.
What is mind-muscle connection or a good Wi-Fi signal?
we were talking about that before. So when I refer to like a good mind muscle connection, for me it means when you're in the gym and you're training, what are you thinking about in that present moment? And myself included, but I think a lot of us, we get distracted easily. And when you're training, if you're not thinking about what you're doing, if you're not thinking about, let's say I'm doing a bicep curl, and if I'm thinking about, what have I got for dinner later? Did I put the bins out? What am I doing later? I'm curling. There's no connection. You're not thinking about what you're doing right now. You're thinking about other things, external stimuli. So when you have a really good mind-muscle connection, you are literally thinking about that muscle you're training, how many more reps you're gonna, or actually, for the best is literally you're just thinking about the only thing that matters is the next rep, that rep and the one after it, and flushing as much blood as you can into that muscle that you're training. And that's what I say. Like I said before, you have to disconnect to connect. So you have to disconnect from everything else in the world and just connect with the muscle that you're training. And that's when you're going to have the best kind of focused and, like 100%, stimulation on that muscle. And you'll find that you're going to have, you'll be a lot more efficient. You'll get a better workout in. You'll have trained the muscles a lot more efficiently. And, you're not going to be wasting any time. So I think probably that's one thing. And it's not easy. A lot of people, they're in the gym. There's a lot of distractions and stuff, or music or whatever it is, text, phone, people, conversations and stuff. So if you're going to really get in that zone, check out from everything else and just check in on yourself. Yeah.
It's almost like a physical way to meditate, almost.
I think it's almost like a form of meditation, because it can be a form, but I guess probably different forms of
meditation is when you're basically,
emptying your brain, emptying your thoughts. You're just emptying out everything. So you are trying to empty out everything, but you are still focusing on one thing. So it's like a variation of meditation.
Got you. Okay, so we got Sunny the Main. How would you compare your current approach to fitness compared to 10 years ago?
Oh,
good question.
Yeah. I think 10 years ago, we've been 24. I think 10 years ago I had a lot more to prove, and I was still trying to build up ranks, and I actually would have been going for Mr. Universe. So I think for 10 years ago, I think it was just, my goal was just to try and put on as much muscle mass as I could, be the biggest I could get. Versus today, it's more of it's not so much about trying to prove anything, but it's just more about, more of a therapeutic approach. Like, I go to the gym now to kind of, it's a place that I can tune out from everything else. I can just work on myself. I can be, with my own thoughts or without my thoughts. So the muscle's almost kind of like a byproduct. Like, it's great to have them. They look great and everything, but it's not really my goal isn't to I'm going for the next Mr. Olympia or something. Rather, it's like, I want to get to the gym and do a really good workout, get a really good pump, feel that, get all those endorphins going, and then, go home, have a good meal and get some kips. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that goes to another question. Jordan the Bull, are you planning to compete again?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be nice to get up on the stage and do a show, but it wouldn't be from the same kind of perspective in the past. I think it'd be more of a just do it for myself, just to say that I just kind of after all the crap that I've been through, with all the injuries and the setbacks and just all the losses. But I think it'd be kind of a good kind of achievement, just to see where I can take my what without pushing it too far, but see where I can take my current physique, and I'm sure I could do really great. There's no doubt about that. But it is a sacrifice and it's a commitment, and I know what that takes, and I'm not sure if I'm ready to give up, donuts and yum-yums and all that sort of stuff right now.
Right, you just started a bake shop, right?
Yeah, it just opened up down the street. Where is it, Fulton?
Yeah. Hey, can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we've got a pop-up shop. Well, it's actually my bakery. I just opened it today. We got smoothies, chocolate banana milkshakes, some coffee, iced cold brews. We're probably going to do some of these little yum things over here. Where are they? Can I get it? Oh. Which I just discovered today. I don't even know if these are actually... These are not a finished product. You're supposed to put like cinnamon and sugar on them, right? I think they just yum like this.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so good. Come on. Anyway, so the pop-up shop is going to be, I think, open the 6th of July, maybe.
Yeah.
And it's going to have, we're going to have like a lot of the merch, like my merch, memorabilia, stuff from, little pieces of me and my past, and photos and events and stuff like that. But it's also going to have really good food.
Yeah, we stopped by today. It's almost like a Calum Von museum.
Yeah,
and it's like
a little museum. Calum Von museum.
Yeah, and it's like I saw like we had your some of your trophies, like your sword and like some of the photos from the past and stuff. It was pretty cool just seeing everything out there and like kind of being able to show it to the fans and see. We said you see it, wear it, taste it.
Yeah, see it, wear it, taste it.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Corey Olaf, or Corey Roloff.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Calum. First off, thank you for inspiring my own fitness journey. You've been an incredible inspiration through the years. My question is, what drives you in the gym today to continue growing?
Yeah, good. Hi, Corey. Thanks for your question. I think at this point, I think that what drives me to continue on in the gym, what motivates me, is that it's a part of it's just who I am. I think I've identified myself with fitness, and it's looked after me, and it's honestly it's kept me and myself accountable for so many things. Like it's not. I mean, obviously you get the external results, and you get a good physique, and it's you're training and stuff, and you're getting stronger. But it's just a routine, and I think I get the most I get out of training is I feel complete. If I don't train, or if I miss too many days, I feel I feel terrible. I feel like it's lazy, slacking off. So it's nice to feel that, because that's what keeps me going, is that it keeps me accountable. And honestly, the gym is it's like a second home. It's just a place that it's a place of freedom for me, and I can completely just let go of everything else and just focus on on sometimes nothing, and just lifting a weight and just getting a pump and just being in tune with my body. I think it's a good feeling to have that, and so hopefully that answers that question.
Just curious, so are you this is just from me too, is are you kind of shocked when you see how your body's reacting right now? Because dude, you just put on everyone online is geez, Calum, he's back. This literally happened in the course of a few months, right?
Yeah.
Are you kind of?
Oh yeah, I was honestly. I think I was most surprised at the first few months. I didn't really document, didn't really talk about it, didn't really show it, but I made incredible in the short amount of time bounce back. It's literally just pumping air into the tire. That's what it felt like. It was like a flat tire, just pumped it full of air within. How fast you fill up a tire. That's how fast it just bounced back, which is for me is quite remarkable. And but now I feel like I've kind of got to I know I've got to this point where for me to keep going, if I wanted to keep going or getting bigger, I have to push myself in the kitchen, eat more food and eat more healthier food, and stay very regimental with the training, with the diet, with the sleep, with the work, everything. So it's but it's nice to know that I can come back quite quickly.
So is it just old muscle that just gets pumped right back up? So is that kind of how you...
Well, I mean, the muscle's there. It's already been it knows it's already had the blueprint's already in there. It already knows what it has to do. It's already been there. It's literally I don't know, me walking down this street and knowing each little sign or footpath or whatever, and being familiar with with a path. It's like, okay, I've done this before. The muscles know, oh, I know what these exercises are. So it responds quite quick. It's what do they call it? Muscle memory.
Yeah.
Which is a real. That's
I have stomach memory.
Yeah.
My stomach remembers how it was bigger, and then it goes that notch.
Same with the muscles. They just know, like, hey, all right, you're gonna start feeding me iron and chicken and rice and eggs and steak, then we're gonna get back to work. So, it's just fascinating.
That's cool. And then, if you were to compete, right?
Yeah.
What adjustments would you have to make if you were like to put a plan and you're like, hey, Calum, we're going to follow this and this will get us to the peak optimal performance. What kind of changes would you have to make, you think, to get to competition mode?
Diet. First one's a huge one. Just be diet. And I don't know. I feel like it's like, that's a good question because I feel like I'm constantly kind of arguing with my stomach. Like I'm having these conversations, arguments with my stomach. I feel like I feel like I'm more reactive, or what's the word? Like certain food, like obviously can't. Like I feel like I eat cheese, milk, dairy, and stuff, but it's. Yeah, I feel like I can't handle the same types of foods that I used to. You know what I mean? So, and it's like because I've been eating a lot more in the last few weeks, and more than I had in a long time. I mean, like 6-8 months ago, I'd eat like once a day or something. I wasn't training, I wasn't doing anything, and now I'm just like feeding. So I feel like, anyway, but I'll definitely have to adjust the diet.
Yeah,
the training's fine. Like I think it'll just be working on weak points, and for me, my weakest points are actually obviously where I've had injuries. So my quad, my back. Certain areas like that. But
can you feel it too, like when you're working it out? Like, ooh.
I feel it after sometimes. I do. I do have to work through the pain. So that is a bit of a deterrent sometimes, especially when I know I want to go harder, especially the arms. Like this right arm still gives me some trouble. But
is it frustrating? Like, dang it, work like you used to. Yeah,
no, it is.
I say, I'm 44.
Yeah.
I do that to my entire body. I'm like, hey, it's not doing what it used to. Why are you doing... No. Like, I literally, Cal, I just finished a 40-hour fast.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to reset my stomach because I was just like, you're right.
Yeah,
like, I can't eat the way I used to. And the brain is like, why not? Just eat this pizza. And I'm like, no, I'm out for like a whole...
I'll eat it, but I'll pay for it in doubles later. Like, it's just, is it worth it? But yeah, so I'm really conscious of it with diet now. I feel like I said, like, hey, just like even like I crave healthy food. Like my body wants healthy food. I grew up eating really clean, healthy, good foods, and I feel like today in society and all that food's just got so much like so much crap added into it. So much sugar, so much, just nonsense, like chemicals and all that in all the food that we have. So yeah, it's hard to, like you say, you're eating healthy, but is healthy food sometimes always healthy? Like, we don't know. So, but hey, we can't, we just got to do what you got to do what you can.
What you got, yeah.
Just got to work with what you got.
I got, Marky Mark. To help the body composition, do you track steps or just implement cardio?
Oh, wait. So
like, do you track your steps? Like, are you tracking like...
the body, to what body composition?
To help with the body composition.
Yeah.
Are you tracking your steps or do you implement... I guess what he's saying is, do you...
At the moment, no, I don't track anything. I'm not really doing any like cardio sessions. If you say like, I did one cardio session last week. Was the first one I've done in like, I don't know, however long, but I did 45 minutes.
What does your cardio
Honestly,
session
no,
look
I
like?
just woke up early. I was like, I'm bored. I'm just going to go check out the gym here and go walk on the treadmill. So I walked for 45 minutes on a 3.5 incline at 3.5 miles an hour, burnt 300 and something calories, and I just kind of wanted to see what the numbers were on the machine and how I felt after that. And I feel like walking on a treadmill is so much easier than walking in. I feel like I can walk so much further and longer on a treadmill than I can in, on a street or like on a path or something. But no, I don't. At the moment, I just look in the mirror. I let the mirror be my guide. If I see, that maybe I'm a little bit fluffy or something, maybe do some more cardio. But
Yeah,
I don't know. Honestly, I look at cardio as a way to just to work on my aerobic health and fitness and my heart and stuff. So I think.
So you don't necessarily see that much of a difference that it does to your physique then.
I haven't been actively pursuing any cardio.
Got you.
I just what I do. I think I burn enough calories just walking around each day anyway.
Got you. Okay, so we got Brad PJ Masters. Hey Cal, how did you get through everything mentally like you have as someone who has dealt with addiction, anxiety, and depression?
I mean, I don't know what the short answer would be for that. Maybe come back to that. It feels like a.
That's a long one.
How do I overcome everything? I mean, look, yeah.
I think we talked about a little bit. So
how do I answer this? It's a lot.
We went from cardio to hey, let's go.
Right down here.
Right.
But no, honestly,
it's important to have goals.
Look. I think to give you an answer, and I don't think there is going to be like a straight I mean, my answer would be. Jeez. I mean, with addiction or with like that drug, I think you go through it. Like when you go through some crap, like I feel like you get these lessons in life, where you'll get tested, whether it be with injuries, with depression, with drugs, with losses, and all that sort of stuff. And everyone's going to get faced with hardship once eventually. I don't know anyone that's just gone through life without having suffered something. And there's always you always have a different choice, right? You can either go down path A or path B. And I've made many wrong decisions, gone down path B, which has only hurt myself or others around me. And but I think that's the beauty of life, is we have to make those mistakes and you have to go through certain things so that you can develop that mental fitness to prepare yourself later in life. And it's an opportunity, each of those times that you're faced with like any kind of hardship like that, it's an opportunity for your character to character development. And I always try and look into myself, look at where, kind of look inside my head a little bit and see this is where my true colors will come out, or my true character is going to come out, and what kind of person am I going to be. And and that's, I think it's a pretty profound time, or you have those moments, it's like, this is going to test, is this going to bring out the release this dragon inside it, or is this going to right. conjure angels and help. There's destructive and there's constructive, so it's interesting. But I think I've had a very supporting, loving family and friends, and a team that I've got now, which I'm really blessed to have, that have kept me accountable. That support network is crucial, because there's been many times when I've got friends that check in on me frequently, regularly. So, and then being there for other people and helping others, even when you're going through it, like let's say I'm having a terrible day, or I'm depressed, or I've got anxiety, go and help someone, go and do some charitable work, go and, I don't know, weed your mother's garden, or go and clean up the shed, or do some work, or do something helpful or useful. Go and help or do something. When you help someone else, you'll see that your problems kind of disappear a little bit, and you're helping someone, and it sounds a bit weird, but helping others when you're not doing good is good for you sometimes.
Yeah. Look, I feel like depression a lot of times is when you're just looking at yourself so much.
Yeah.
But the minute you go out and you're helping someone else,
yeah,
or you put yourself into someone else's situation, you're no longer in yourself anymore.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what happens a lot of times with depression, is like...
I remember that's exactly like when I was going. I just wanted to help I'd do it. I'd just be interested in what everyone else was doing or what they had for, whether anything, just anything that was not in my own head, I'd be interested in, and whether I could help them or whatever it was. If they're doing this, even if I didn't want to do it, I wanted to do it because it would be better than what I was dealing with.
Right.
Which was,
Yeah.
a lot. Oh, you want to drive 16 hours up to this place? No, but yeah, sure.
Yeah. So staying busy.
Staying busy.
I heard, and I think I said this before, but I love this teaching I got, and they said, pain and wisdom are often partners, right? So it's like, pain is there for us to become more wise, because when we get through the pain and we tackle the pain, we acquire the wisdom. But the problem is when we numb the pain through like, whether it be alcohol, drugs, or
exactly.
escape.
You got to go through the pain. You have to kind of almost embrace it and deal with it and just embrace it sometimes, or just I don't know. It's going to be different for everyone, I guess. Yeah.
I think one of the things that you acquired over the last year or 2 years is that you've been helping other people.
Yeah.
And
well, I think that's and especially with the podcast that we've been doing. And we spoke about this earlier, but it's actually been really, like, this is all new territory for me. But it's really helpful just to talk. It's nice to it's almost like a form of therapy. You're talking, you're airing stuff out, you can vent, you can unload all your thoughts or your questions or all these things, and I mean, I guess by putting it out there on a podcast, the beauty of it is that perhaps there's someone else out there that can relate or is going through something similar, or has experienced a loss, or is wanting to know this or that. There's just someone out there is going to hopefully can help them grow or learn in one form or another. So
right,
that's good. Yeah.
I have a question, as we're kind of like closing up and finishing out, but what do you think of this word rebirth? The rebirth, right? Because rebirth.
How is something reborn?
Right.
Does it be born again? Rebirth. What can you define rebirth in the
dictionary? To me, it's like you went one way.
Yeah.
You died.
Yeah.
And now you're reborn.
I guess kind of like the phoenix, huh? Isn't it? Like they grow old and then they die and then they rise again from the ashes, shedding the old skins, old habits, it's like, I guess, or like a reptile, like sheds its skin and it's got a new colourful, shinier, stronger skin underneath, or it's like shedding off old skin. And I think I guess you look at it from religiously or from the Bible's perspective, like the rebirth of Christ, on the cross, he died on the cross, but he died to take all of our sins with him, right? So the old you, in order for you to I look at it from a religious perspective, in order to lead a healthier, more fulfilling life, you have to shed and kill all the old habits, the bad habits. You have to kill them all and be renewed again. So kind of like, if you get baptized or something, you're saying no to the old you. You're giving up that old way of life and all those temptations and all those things. You're saying no to that, and you're being reborn through Christ. So I don't know. You can look at it from that perspective too, I guess. Yeah.
There's a saying it's like, you can't, and I do think I said this before, but you can't take the old you into new things.
Right.
If you want new things, you got to do different things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Calum, just as your friend,
like the eagle who broke his beak, but
it was a cool. I showed Calum this video of Brian Ortega talking.
Eagles can't grow their beaks back. Once it's broken, it's broken. It's not a starfish or a squid or something. It's just growing a tentacle out.
Right, but the idea. That's what I said to him. But then
the idea sounded great, but this Gauzy, was like, I mean, come on. I know a little bit about birds.
Yeah.
An eagle ain't growing its beak back. If you break that thing, you're gonna put a prosthetic on it.
Right. But the story was.
The story was nice.
The story was that, like, Brian, it was going viral, and it was like, an eagle at a certain age like all his
I don't
talent.
even know if they live 70 years. That's a long time for an eagle. Yeah. Like, parrots, 70, 80 years.
That wasn't the whole point of that, Cal. No, but that was the funniest thing. I was showing Cal this thing, and it was like, like the first thing was like, eagles can't grow their beaks back. But the whole idea was that the eagle lives its life as like a young eagle, and over time, maybe it starts losing some of the sharpness and like the ability to hunt or whatever, and then you're like, nah.
Get a little bit long on the tooth.
Yeah. But he said that at a certain point of its life, it would go up in isolation and it would break its own beak. But the whole idea was to go in isolation and rebuild yourself.
Rebirth, yeah.
Right. I thought the idea was interesting, but
It's
then
idea.
I did fact check it, and they were like, dude, this is so not it, right?
What are the comments like?
Yeah, exactly, right? That's why I had to double check. But, I think the idea of rebirth, Cal, is really important, because I feel like, I think I've rebirthed and got reborn like 5 times already in my life.
Yeah.
And I don't care about the old version of me. The old version, I used to say to people, I'm like, oh, cool, you don't like me? Cool, we'll see where I am next year. Because I don't know who I am. I'm always evolving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, I didn't like a few past versions of me too. Like, I didn't like him either. I wouldn't either. So, but I think that's beauty. You just got to keep, assessing, evaluating, growing, learning.
Yeah.
Evolving the mindsets. Yeah.
Well, and then the other thing too, Cal, like I've noticed recently, you're trying new things finally, right?
Yeah.
Like I see you going out there, and if the listeners don't know, we kind of started talking about this, but I think, for you felt like maybe in a season where, didn't feel like you could really do anything new. You were just kind of like going, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just...
That's just those intrusive thoughts. Like, I think it's like you said, that's a FUD for fear,
uncertainty and
doubt.
Yeah.
You taught me that one today.
Yeah.
But I think that's just that. I think everyone's going to experience those negative thoughts or whatever, but it's just, you just got to extract them out. Yeah, click it and flick it.
Click it and flick it.
Don't let those thoughts linger.
I like it. Okay, hey, Cal, it was fun doing this AMA. Hey, would you want to do it again?
Yeah, we'll do it again. Down the track. Yeah, do another AMA. Ask some more questions. Give some more shirts out. Come by the pop shop. Drop, stop, one hop, top, not.
Hey, Cal's dropping the album soon. Coming soon.
Come and get some yum yums and a cold brew coffee shake protein double. Catch you later.
Well, Cal, as a friend, I am really. It has been very fun to watch you pumping the muscles back up and kind of refilling yourself. And honestly, I'm just really excited for you, bro. Like, I feel like, it does seem like, your blood's flowing back and your body's coming back, and just your energy feels like you're starting to just get,
Just happy to be here, mate, and just good to, be part of a group and a community, and then also, work and build up with the community too, So it's nice to be back and, seeing being part of the whole process. Yeah. Well, thanks, mate.
Thanks to the audience for asking these questions.
Thanks for dropping in. Thanks for tuning. Yeah, thanks for jumping on board. We were live today. Yeah. Thanks for all the live viewers, and we'll be back next week. I think probably the same time. Is it next Wednesday? I think next Thursday's 4th of July. So we'll be back next week, and we'll look forward to seeing you there. Peace.